The bye week is finally concluded as the Argos head to Montreal to tangle with the Alouettes this Friday. Hi everybody, welcome to Keys to the Game. Mike Hogan, Sean Bowen, as we get set for the Argos and Als. It all goes down Friday night in La Belle Province. Weather right now looking a little bit iffy as there's some rain coming in throughout the forecast, but hey, nonetheless, we're going to get ready for a good matchup on Friday as the Argos look to improve to 4-0 Hoagie, something they haven't done in a long time. 3-0, their best start since 1991. We all know what happened that season, so hey, maybe.
Well, the last time they went 4-0 was 1983, and that ended the 31-year-old Grey Cup drought.
Hey, so maybe fingers crossed, right?
No, it's a long way from there, but
all right, let's dive into Friday's matchup and let's highlight the offense here. Chad Kelly, second-year CFL quarterback, first-year starter in the CFL, is really leading this offense to something very special. And I know you wanted to mention 26.2 on the conversion rates. That is head and toes above anyone else in the CFL. What's making this offense so dynamic in terms of what Chad is doing, but as a whole in general?
What's going right? Everything. The offensive line's playing exceptionally well, and it doesn't matter who's in. There's been a rotation because there have been some injuries along the O-line, and everybody who's been in has stepped up. So that's going to be a fairly big key to this game, as it is every week. But the offensive line has kept Chad clean. When Chad has time, he has time to pick a receiver, and so far this year, he hasn't really had that one receiver that he's focused in on. He's focused in on all of them. It's whoever's open. It's not, I've got to force the ball into this receiver. You know, maybe this week it's Curly Gittins Jr., maybe it's Tavares Daniels. Who knows? We have no idea. But look for somebody to be that guy by game's end. We've seen Phillips be that guy. We've seen Brissett be that guy. We've seen Coxie be that guy. Who's it going to be against Montreal? And of course, we know how good their run blocking is because A.J. Ouellette and Andrew Harris and Dan Adeboboye and whoever's carried the football has been outstanding. So, yeah, over 25% of the time, you mentioned 26.2. Every 4 possessions are scoring a touchdown, which is ridiculous.
Not to talk about the red zone numbers, too. Those have been off the charts. And
76% of trips into the red zone?
Offense by committee from this team, and you love to see it. Defensively, 6 interceptions 2 weeks ago against VA and the BC Lions. This defense is running full steam.
13 takeaways. They're leading the league in takeaways, and they've played 2 fewer games than some teams. They're +9. They're hanging onto the ball. They're forcing turnovers. It's really a great recipe. They're getting pressure up front. The linebacking play has been spectacular, and the DBs are all ball hawks. And we saw that with Robertson Daniel picking off 3. He's not the only guy capable. Stiggers has picked off 2 passes in 2 games. I mean, it's just see ball, get ball. And, that's if they can win the turnover battle and run the ball effectively, they're going to win most of their games this year.
I were talking to Robertson Daniel after the game, and I was like, you're kind of expecting an answer where he says, no, it's never happened to me before. And I asked him, when was the last time he had 3 interceptions in a game? He said, just high school. It was routine back then. Sticking with this defense, we turn our attention to the Montreal Alouettes and the fact that they haven't been able to protect the quarterback at all this year, averaging 5 sacks against per game, 22 this far in 4 games, on pace for 99 this season. I mean, you want to talk about defense here. I mean, the Argos are pretty much leading every statistical category in the CFL in terms of, blocks, hits, everything along those lines. This seems like it could be a very, very long day for Cody Fajardo on Friday, no?
Well, not only just because of the personnel, which is great, and I mean, the Argos are able to rotate guys through the defensive line. This team is so deep it was able to trade, Sam Achimpong to Edmonton. It's an incredibly deep group. And then you get the evil scientist that is Corey Mace devising stuff. I don't know what Montreal's expecting, but whatever they're expecting, they're going to see something different.
Okay, let's keep it with head coaching as well. Ryan Dinwiddie, signing an extension, no-brainer, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's been here 2 years. He's been the East Coach of the Year for 2 years, leads the team to a Grey Cup. His win-loss record is, he's won basically 2 out of every 3 games, right? 2 out of 3. So he's been dynamite, and the players respect him. They respond to him. The coaching staff loves him. I'm just happy he's decided to stay here in Toronto from an Argonaut perspective. He's a great guy to have around because, Pinball hired him because he saw something there, and whatever he saw has really turned out to be the real thing.
2% better every day is the motto of this team, right? So keep her going. 2%
See if they
better.
Can go 1-0 this week.
2% better every day. Looking to make it 4-0 on the season. Toronto, Montreal, Friday night in Montreal.